I want to answer the question: do I need an agent before you start writing seriously? Yeah. Do you need an agent before you need to start writing? First thing I need to say is that most agents they get a lot of application from people that my work is great, my stop is this and all that. And usually agents don't want you to tell them that your work is great. They want you to show them. But a lot of people tell them that, oh, my work is an absolute masterpiece, you love it. And so how well can you show them that your work is masterpiece if you've not written anything? And how well can you be so sure that you're good at writing if you've not written anything, you've not practiced, if you've not tried anything? Right? The whole idea is that we need to start practicing. We need to start writing in itself. Yeah, we need to start writing itself so that in the first place we have evidence, enough evidence to show the agent that okay, this is the work I've worked on. These are the things I've written, and these are the things you can see that okay, I'm really really good, and you can be my agent, right? You can represent me. Okay, um, okay. So the other thing I want to look at is that the publishing landscape has changed. Like there are before there used to be a traditional one part, you have to take this part. Now there are different parts. There's self-publishing, there's traditional publishing, there's publishing and traditional self-publishing, combined, hybrid, all those things. There are different ways you could get your work published, right? And first thing is that many successful authors started without agents, right? So you don't need an agent to start writing. It's more like you're like, do I need an agent before I start singing, right? You need to start singing first, then you get the manager. Then you get signed by a record label and stuff like that. But like, oh, I need to be signed by a record label before I start singing. Dude, how is the record label even sure that? Because think of it, these agents like being an agent is their job, right? That's what they do, and so you need to be sure that when they are putting time and energy being your agent, they are not wasting their time, right? So, what other way can you be so sure that setting give them the assurance that they don't waste their time other than show them the work. Okay. So many writers started without an agent. Okay, that's one thing we need to know. The other thing is that agents typically look for polished, completed works most of the time. Except in some scenarios where like, oh, most of the time we want to be sure that they're not wasting their time. Nobody likes to waste their time. Let's be honest. I know you're like, oh, I'm a great writer, I have potential. If they just look at me, I will be. That's true. Even me, I feel that way. But most people don't like to waste their time. So um, you have to start writing so that you can improve and get better. So that you can have something to show your agents if you finally have an agent. The next thing is like the publishing landscape offers various parts. Yes, including self-publishing. There are different parts, honestly, you get. And then what other see, let's for the best way to create evidence, the best way to convince someone is to show them proof. And the best way to show people proof is your writing, like in your scenario, right? If you want to convince someone that, okay, I'm a good writer, if you're spending time and energy or money on me, you're not wasting your time and everything, is to show them your work. That's the best way. And how can you show them your work in the first place? To write. And how can you be so sure that what you're writing is good? Is to practice and get good at writing so that you start writing something that makes sense and it's good, that is ready to be shown to the world, right? That's the whole idea. And so you don't necessarily need an agent to start writing. In fact, you need to start writing, but you need an agent anytime, any day. Now, of course, if you're already writing and you need an agent, but like having an agent doesn't stop. In fact, the reason why you need an agent in the first place is so you can write, right? So you can have time to write. So it doesn't stop you from writing instead. Keep writing, and when you do find an agent, now it's also for you to keep writing more, focus more, right? So that you can have someone who will go do publishing companies and do that for you. Okay, so what are a couple practical advice I have? Focus on building your writing skills first, which I've talked about. It's a business transaction. It's not like it's charity or any of those things. Agents are looking for people that they spend their time, they are sure that you are going to the work is going to amount to anything, right? Yeah, that's what they're looking for. So build the writing skills. That's the only thing you have. That's what they're looking for. Yeah. So if you don't have good writing skills, what are you waiting for? You should go start practicing. Forget about agent for now. Build a body of work for feelings here. So the best way to convince them is to have a representation of work. And how can you do that? You over time of writing your work, you send them to magazines, they've gotten published, and you send your works to certain anthologies and all that. And so when you look for an agent, what you simply do is you send them a list of the places your work have been published, and the work you show them the work, and they read it and say, okay, this stuff is good, this stuff is not, and yeah, that's it. Yeah, what other way are you going to use to convince them? Like, what other way other than that? Yeah. Your the business transaction is your writing. That's the thing that is being transacted here. So if that stuff is, if you cannot show proof of the product, I don't really know what you're doing, except by some miracle of some chance. Don't really know what you're doing. You want to build a body of work before seeking representation. Body of work. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to write novels per se, but you want to have something out there, right? So that people can look at and say, okay, I know this guy knows what he's doing. Let's work together. They want to research the publishing industry to understand when an agent is beneficial, right? Okay. And then consider starting with smaller publication or contest to build your resume, to get feedback, to iterate, to practice. Um, Magazines, contests, smaller publication, then bigger publications. And the thing is that once you start writing and do from smaller and go to the bigger publications, over time, sometimes these publishing companies will even reach out to you because things that these agents sometimes they're actively looking for works to represent. And sometimes there are certain magazines, I don't know the magazines they read, but certain magazines they read and then they see the works there and like, wow, I'd love to represent this person. I like their work, the quality of the work is awesome. And so they reach out to them. Sometimes, yeah. Other times you reach out to the agent for either way. If your work is really good, they reach out to you and you put your work out there, right? Yeah. So, so that being said, also the best way to attract an agent is to write an amazing book. That's it. Like that's the product, right? So, right, the best way to get a record label to sign you is to create an amazing piece of song, and then you play that. Wow, we'll stick our brand behind you. We are a new record label. We promote your book, your music and everything, right? The best way to product. That's the thing. So go on video skills. So I start writing your whatever form of genre or style of writing you do. I start writing and becoming do that at what you do. Okay, so I have a listener challenge for you. Your writing challenge for me is to draft a query letter. Draft a query letter. Like I don't even know how that's solid, but it's right. That's a one paragraph pitch of your current or dream projects, right? Um, your current or dream project. So even if you don't have a project, what's your dream project? And just let me know how it goes. So you can join the newsletter at buildwriting.com/newsletter. And if you want to send me an audio message, you can go to buildwriting.com/speak. And I'll put the link in the description. Okay. If you found this episode helpful, please subscribe or follow on whatever platform you're listening on and leave a review or a comment. It helps other people discover this podcast. And thank you so much for listening. I've been your host, Amy Shino Akonam, and you've been listening to the Good Writing Podcast. Until next time, keep writing.